All right, let's talk about forms in ASP.NET. So usually you have a form and then you post it and save it into a database. So that's usually what you do. But you could also get that data from that form and just pass it to a different controller or do some calculations, some reports, some graphs, display some data with a message using those fields from the same form. You don't have to post to the DB necessarily, okay? So we're just gonna work on this scenario and I'm just gonna show you how to work with this iForm collection. So that's basically an interface from Microsoft that is going to allow you to manage those fields coming from forms. Okay, I already have some code here. Let me just show you. There is a form. This form, it has a product name, category, price, and description. Of course, I have a model here that is going to help me map in those properties, right? Let's just go back and let me just try to describe what this code is doing. So I'm interested in getting only the, let's say, the name and the price. Or let's say you're more interested in just getting the school, sorry, the product category and the price because you want to do some analysis only on those two variables. So it's up to you. But the idea of this video is just to kind of grab only one or two of these properties, not the whole object. Okay, so let's do a pen T3. I don't know, it's just like name for that pen. Let's say this time is going to be a red pen, and that's it. So I'm going to have these new values. What I'm going to do is when I click on create, this is going to trigger a method. So let's go to the HTML from this form. So I'm going to have it here. So this is actually a, let's say, product form. Okay, this product form is going to trigger this home controller and this action, which is going to be my method. So working with IFormCollection is the one that I have here. So whenever I post that, because it's a form of type submit, so whenever I click on create or submit, whatever I have that button assigned for, it's going to trigger this. Okay, so whatever is doing that action, we're gonna have that. Okay, so just to make sure this is the same form, so you got the name, category, price, and description. And let's go back to our method and let's take a look at what this is doing. So you'll see that it's taking my product name and product price from my product class, right? And it's assigning that, it's storing that into, let's say, a variable. So a string is going to be my name. For price, I'll have to parse this to an integer, and that's it. So I just want to get those two values. If I happen to want the description, I'll have to create another for description, and then I'll just go into that object, right? And get my property here. So I already have access to my product class. So I'm gonna have all the properties here. So let's say I don't wanna do that. So, I mean, I just wanted to show you those two values, name and price. And that's it. So I'm going to assign this to this string name. you'll see that this name is going to be equal to when I'm accessing my product and product name property. The same for price. You're gonna see this price is the same here. So I'm assigning these values from here to my property objects. And that's it. So later on, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just create a view back for name and for price, but I already have this property set up. So all I have to do is view back and then assign some name, and then this is going to be ready to pass it to a different view or to do something else with that. Okay, so I'm gonna have these two breakpoints here to see if the form is actually, this method is actually getting the values from my form. So let's go back to my form and let's hit create. And let's see if I have this pen value and number and the $2 for price. Okay, so looks like, okay. Okay, so for product name, you'll see that I have pen T3. So that's actually coming from the form, right? Let's step over again and let's see if the price is 2. And you'll see that the price is 2. So it's actually getting these values from the form. So as I probably mentioned, I don't want the whole object. I just want to have those two values. And then because I already have something here storing this name string and an integer price, I can do something else. So nothing's gonna happen here on the view backs because those are dynamic properties. And then here I'm going to return my view. So my view, before I show you the result, I'm gonna have something like this: name from the form, then I'll pass the value, which is the name, which is a pen T3, and then the price from the form, and the price that I had there, which was $2. And that's it. So let's see if that actually works. So I think I could just continue. And we'll see that we have this new view working with IFormCollection. And I have the result here. So name from the form and price from the form. So these values are coming from the form. Like in a real example, you could use this just to confirm something like your registration or purchase, whatever you want to have there, was confirmed with the values, and then you're basically gonna have this result. Let's see. And you'll see your registration was, and then some message here, confirm with the values, name from the form, and you'll see that that's actually working now. So that's actually how you guys can work with values coming from forms. And if you want to do something else with that, I'll just create another video with just passing the whole object. In this scenario will be like all the four fields from the form. And I'll see you guys later.